from you guys. The easiest thing, since it's 2 pages, maybe just like, if you guys want, rip it and go like that. What I really, for you guys, I really don't care as much about the rubric on what they have. I'd rather you guys look at the presentation as a whole and not stare down. It's a lot to stare at.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at this, you're not really looking at them. So maybe glance at it or just see what might be there, or maybe when they're done speaking, at the end of their pitch, you go in and say, yeah, I saw that, yeah, I saw that. They'll be graded 1 to 5. 3 means they met the standard, 4 means they were above the standard. The only way you get a 5 is if you go far above the standard. All right, the average is usually 3 to 4. All right, so for you guys to earn a 5, and you know that, you have to be well above what's just required. Okay? You will have to cut, all of you guys, probably 3 to 4 minutes from your scripts. So we'll see that afterwards. So if you guys find things that just don't work or you don't like, and you think it's on the slide and you don't need to say it, great, mark it down. That'd be fantastic. That's all. I have a couple. I have extras. So there's 2 for you. So 1 for each company. Maybe might be easier. So there's 2 for you. You got 3. Alright, so 1 for each company, so you can mark it, highlight it, make notes, whatever you guys want. Are you guys good? You guys have that? Do you have to do your clap thing? No? I didn't know what you were talking about, sorry. Alright, does any of the presentation teams need audio for your PowerPoint? No. Good. Is anyone going to use a mic? No. No, so let's just slide this whole thing out of the way.
Out there. Camera.
Oh, they can reassess the camera. All right, you have 7 people up here. You're not going to want to cram them. Questions before we start? All right, again, please, we're heating up the food also. So by the time we're done here, we'll have food upstairs. If you guys are able to stay, great. I know you guys have some tight schedules. But we can't thank you enough. Give them another round of applause. I got the clock. You guys can time it if you want. Go ahead.
What's the first thing that comes to mind when you look at this? Is it a promotional item? Is it you just see the Forge company logo? Or is it just a piece of plastic? You know what I see? I see a solution. A solution to all your problems. The ones companies know they have, and the ones they did not even know existed yet. With our 3D printed products, we provide companies with new revenue drivers. Assessing the projected growth of the 3D printing industry and the current health of the economy, there couldn't be a more perfect time to start our 3D printing company, BluePrint.
The current conditions of the U.S. economy are what make it ideal for us to enter the market. Welcome to the Goldilocks economy. Low inflation, low interest rates, low unemployment, increased consumer spending, and moderate growth. Therefore, the finance department formed educated financial decisions by analyzing current economic conditions, inflation rates, and e-commerce sales.
Low inflation. As a Blueprint economist, I believe low inflation comes from pricing competition, specifically Amazon. Amazon has expanded into multiple industries and lowered their prices, causing other companies to lower their price as well. The Amazon effects. With low prices, consumer spending increases, and therefore, business will earn more and have more money to invest in our product.
Based on a report from the Commerce Department, total e-commerce sales for 2016 was $395 billion. By the first quarter of this year, online sales have already reached 106. We predict that by the end of 2017, online transactions will hit at the very least 400 billion. With this in mind, BluePrint will focus efforts on creating an easy-to-use website experience. Mobile advertising will increase sales as we venture into a growing industry.
Over time, 3D printing is rapidly expanding throughout the industries of advertising, construction, and medicine. As you can see, we are going to be working on for affordable medical adjustments. So, patients are now able to pay, we're used to being able to pay $42,000 for a prosthetic hand. But now, with 3D printing, they're able to pay as least $50. As you can see now, BE Aviation is now printing over 20,000 airplane parts per year with 3D. As 3D printing is influencing throughout the industry, the ability to expand into the world is even more impressive. This is why BluePrint chose this into our industry.
There are over 500 VE firms in the US, and all of them have access to trade shows. Trade shows, as we all know, generate the most amount of revenue. Why? The value of face-to-face interaction. And none of our 38 competitors take advantage of that. We offer interactive marketing material and 3D printed products, while owning 100% of the VE 3D market and growing steadily with the 3D industry.
Have you ever had difficulty expressing the idea that was on the tip of your tongue? That's where we come in, from vision to reality. Located in Queens, New York, BluePrint was just established in the fall of 2017. As an LLC, we have shared ownership between our upper management team and coordinator Christopher Power, giving us complete control over decision making, allowing us to place the interest of our company and our clients as our #1 priority.
With our 5 to 5 pledge project, we accomplished such a short-term goal. Employees donate 5% of their annual salaries and volunteer 5 days a year. We also have Startup New York as a long-term goal, where startup businesses are allowed to operate tax-free for about 10 years. To increase communication in our company, we utilize the tools of Trello and Discord. Trello is used where employees go and they're assigned to boards outlining priorities for the week. With Discord, we have flexibility in after office hours where we streamline communication both online and in person. Now that you know what we value at BluePrint, let's take a look at who our products are for.
Data mining helps us determine that in a healthy economy, and we're a startup, the most lucrative strategy will be to sell directly to businesses. Businesses spending has increased over 4% this year alone. BluePrint is focusing its sales efforts into areas that are heavily populated with VE firms. The Northeast, Southeast, and West Coast. These companies will have to market themselves in a completely different manner in order to compete. We provide that edge that they're looking for. The young minds that run these VE firms are progressive. They're always trying to create a new trend. They're always overlooking the conventional. This analysis allows us to effectively target our customers. Our marketing team also analyzes our company with a SWOT to provide the best service we possibly can.
BluePrint's greatest strength as a startup is our human capital. Our employees have real-world experience in their fields and have been prepped through a business sequence for this program. Our weaknesses would be our variable loan. It forces us to tighten our budget. However, our finance team is constantly cutting operational costs. To help with our financial limitations, we have identified a key opportunity, the Startup New York program. This will help us further reduce costs and break even sooner. Our greatest threat would be technological advancements. As printers become more affordable, companies may take advantage of this to purchase their own printers and hire their own 3D modelers. However, we eliminate the learning curve and provide our industry expertise. Still, our competitive analysis research shows that this is the ideal industry for us to start our business in.
We have no direct competitors in VE, though we do have a couple indirect ones. For example, T-Squared Media. We compete with them in the advertising sector, but they do not offer 3D printing services. They use mobile and social platforms. Though mobile advertisements can be technically effective, they are still static. In fact, more than 60% of viewers consider them intrusive and annoying. On the other hand, our face-to-face personalized products give our clients the opportunity to readjust their pitches, keeping their clients intrigued and leaving them with a very lasting impression with a nice product. In the real world, we do have a direct competitor, UPS. Though UPS does do 3D printed prototypes and architectural models, they outsource their designs, and we don't. We take care of both design work and production in-house. This makes it easier to contact our clients, keep them updated on the progress of their product, and make any necessary adjustments that they would like, making our clients happier than UPS's.
Traditionally, there are 5 P's in marketing. We have added 2, process and people. Because as a result of technological advancements and a growing competitive market, it has become necessary for market strategies to shift.
So, BluePrint's products are the most sensible business solutions for investors. So we have 3, in our firm we have 3 production lines. We have promotional materials, rapid prototyping, and scaled architectural models. So, for our promotional items, we spread awareness and increase the opportunities for entrepreneurs. Our architectural models we have used by architects and interior designers. This also increases their visuality of their projects and their flexibility. Our promotional items, our rapid prototypes, we also we give the opportunity for entrepreneurs to create their products and view them before they are manufacturing them.
Our pricing table shows 2 costs associated with our product: initial fee for design and a development fee of $1.50 per gram.
We have 4 promotional strategies that we use. Today we're going to be focusing on 2, mobile and ADA. Mobile marketing is essential for us to use as well because in order to reach our clients, we need to consider the fact that 73% of teenagers own a smartphone. The ADA strategy: attention, interest, desire, action. This is the foundation of our marketing plan at trade shows and competitions to generate sales. Sample prints and 3D printers pique consumer interest and generate a conversation about how we can implement our products into their business.
So through promotion comes sales. That's where we have a client-focused process, where we contact our clients a minimum of 4 times during the production of their product. To further engage with our clients, we offer a live stream of their product being printed. This makes sure that they know what's coming to them and know how their product is being made. We don't only focus on the relationship of our clients, but we also focus on our employees. My CEO, Yasmin, will explain.
A happy employee is a productive employee. Employees love working for companies that want to change the world. Positive PR will encourage growth in both revenue and exposure, similar to policies enacted by both Target and Walmart.
Our biggest business risk lies in our operations and the fact that we did not purchase $50,000 printers this year. Our printers are at a much lower cost, but experience malfunctions such as filament snapping and clogging during the printing process, which may lead to a delay on orders. To prevent this, however, our engineers have set a monitoring schedule in-house and built a spool feeder above our 3D printers to prevent filament tangling.
We analyze political, ecological, social, and technological forms for smarter business decisions. So as of that, we have at least in 2017, we have 80% of U.S. consumers preferringly to, instead of having imported goods, they would rather have goods that are performed from here. So basically what that means is that we have an advantage for that. So we are made in America. We are based in New York. And that also increases our interest from clients to buy from our products because of that purpose.
When you run out of cash, it's game over. 4 out of 100 businesses fail in the first 5 years because they can't pay their bills. The problem? Most CEOs focus on profits. BluePrint focuses on debt. Our goal, to be out of debt by May and to reinvest back into our company and attract new investors.
Since the Federal Reserve wants to tighten the monetary policy, we project the interest rate to be hitting out 1.5% by second quarter of 2018. Our primary goal is to pay back the $250,000 loan by the end of this fiscal year. Our cash budget shows that we have decreased our supply costs and adjusted our advertising budget. By the end of May of 2018, BluePrint will be debt-free. With the healthy economy, we foresee a gross profit of $1.7 million. After paying back a loan, we will have a net profit of $550,000. Now, look at our break-even. We will break even in March with a total sale of 800,000 grams while maintaining a 31.14% profit margin. And this marks a strong close to our first year of operation.
It's easy to assume that conventional methods used in the past are safe, but 3D printing can offer a range of solutions for many, many industries. BluePrint has the opportunity to focus on an empty market. We found a niche there. And assessing the growth of the economy and the 3D printing industry, why wouldn't you want to be a part of it? Thank you very much.
All right, 13:05. All right, for the computation, you got to get it to about 9:30, so you do have to cut a bit. Questions from the judges, and then I'm going to allow Wasim also, since Wasim was on the presentation team last year. I'll let him chime in with any industry questions that he has based on what he experienced last year. But judges.
So I have one question. When you were talking about mobile, you mentioned that I guess 73% of teenagers were on mobile phone. Just wondering what exactly your target market is. Is it teenagers, or are you trying to reach other people?
Alright, so basically, we're targeting businesses, but the minds behind these businesses are similar to us. They look like us, they have the same mentality as us. So when we created our sales process and decided who our target market was, we kind of took a reflection in the mirror, look at our reflection in our mirror, and see what we wanted and how we would develop our marketing strategies and what we could implement into other businesses.
Do I answer back after the question?
Go ahead.
So if there's stats for those specific target markets for reasons, like sometimes they have different behaviors. Like I would encourage, like in this, like even if it's the same behavior, say we looked at, most of the people we're targeting are 20 to 40. Their behavior is mobile. Instead of saying you, because now I'm confused about who the target market is, and I'm confused about who you're selling to. And when you say we're targeting teenagers, I'm like, teenagers don't have any money. So I'm kind of confused about where the profits are coming from.
Can you repeat it, just general, what your question was?
So when you talked about who you were targeting and how you were targeting, when you talked about mobile, and you said that 73% of teenagers are on mobile, and that's how you're going to reach people. But you're not trying to reach teenagers. You're trying to reach people 20 to 50, probably. So you should make that stat relevant to those people, rather than say teenagers, because if I'm a judge, I'm thinking you're targeting teenagers, and I'm like, well, teenagers don't have revenue. Teenagers don't have a need for 3D printing that is going to be a viable profit source for you, whereas company owners will. So I would specifically say you're targeting people in that target market and use data for that target market.
Now, real quick, learning opportunity for everyone. That's 100% true. But you're targeting other VE company owners. So your answer has to be, for all of you, you're targeting 16 to 20-year-olds who own VE businesses. That was your answer. You have someone who just heard your whole pitch, and she still thinks you're targeting people 20 to 50 who run their business outside of virtual enterprise. That's a problem. So your target market was not clear. Does that make sense? Good. Other questions? Thank you.
You mentioned possible issues with the printers. Repeat some of that, because it wasn't very clear as far as like just buy cheap printers, or like, if your printers break, how do you expect to make any revenue if it's just print? And I wanted to know who decided on which product to purchase, why you felt that that was something you should skip on.
Okay, so the question is, what happens if our printers break down?
Yeah.
Okay, so our supplier MakerBot, which is located in Brooklyn, we're able to contact them in a click of a button. They pick up the phone very fast, and we get our printers running in like minutes. Though our printers are considered, they might not be top notch, they do get the job done, and they work pretty efficiently with what you see here.
I don't think I would actually put that in a business plan that my printers might break when you pitch it to anyone. It just doesn't, like, the minute you said that, I was like, I mean, everyone knows there's going to be issues with your product line and that aspect of business. However, it just kind of made me feel uneasy when you mentioned that you, like, jerry-rigged something to keep it running or tangling.
Well, we're trying to pitch to investors, so we want to be honest with you guys. The thing is, yeah, we have to be honest, and we have to show you what the problem is and how we fix it. We did fix it because we figured out a system to make the filament actually being fed into the printer in a more efficient manner than MakerBot was supplying to us. So we did fix most of the issues. To be honest, we still have issues and are still fixing them. But that's the whole point.
Can I add on? So basically, what he was trying to say is that problems like those are internal conflicts, and that can be fixed by ourselves. That's in-house. So we would be able to control over that, and that wouldn't be a problem. So that those are minor problems. So if they had the most major external problem we would ever have is that the whole printer would break down, and that has never happened so far. So that's ahead of our problems.
So for you guys that can't hear, the question was the weakness they gave is a big issue to the business, and as an investor, he would have probably zero interest investing if you're saying your product is going to break. Don't say, oh, hey, what he was trying to say, because my other presenter up here couldn't communicate clearly, so you have to be careful with how you hand off your questions. You may need to adjust your weaknesses. If that's something an investor doesn't want to hear, maybe you need a percentage where 80% of printers in general face a malfunction in all printers worldwide. Well, now they know it doesn't matter what you're doing. There's going to be issues worldwide, and you've developed a system to improve that by 15%. Well, now I think that might help a little more.
Yeah, because the way you presented it is if it's only going to happen with your product. You know, instead of making it sound as something that's going to happen with anyone that's running this type of business. And that's why it would be something that is concerning.
Great. Well,
yeah, and to add on to that, the way it was bouncing back and forth, you guys might have been addressing the same issue in regards to the printing malfunction, but it came from different perspectives, so it sounded like there's multiple problems within the company, versus like towards being honest and like you are doing, but doing it more towards a Q&A answering type towards the end, as far as, you know, this is what we've seen with other companies, this is how we respond to it, versus like popping up here, because then you're building it up and then it's coming back down, and you guys kept building it up and it kept coming back down. So I think having it more structure in regards to who is saying what and who feels more confident in which pitch you're talking about, I think that'll help you guys. It'll flow better, because I kept hearing like there's a certain problem here, malfunctioning here, and it kind of throws off as like from the point of what you were trying to say.
I'm gonna go on the same printer issue. With the printer issue, when you brought being that the printer was 50,000, were you referencing the printer in need of, asking for more investors and more money because it was 50,000? Was it too much?
The printers don't cost 50,000. We didn't buy $50,000 printers. That was the thing. We did not base all of our loans based only on the printers, because we have other things to run as well. So what we did was we bought what we can for a startup. We're using what we can, and we're building ourselves up to be able to buy $50,000 printers in the future.
That's what I was asking. So you do want the $50,000 printers, but you were just saying that you couldn't. Right now, you couldn't afford it because you were a startup, right? That's why you brought it up.
Yes.
That's what I was probably doing.
so that's good, but it wasn't clear.
Okay.
Right. So whether it's in your goals or something else. Great question. Julie, you have a question, or are you good? No? Wasim, you have a question before they go?
I mean, it's not really a question. I first just want to say you guys are a way better team than we were at this stage last year, so congratulations for that. I definitely want to say less is more. Yasmin's the CEO, and she says something for all 25 seconds. So either she says more, or she takes a seat in the crowd with everyone else from BluePrint. We had one of the smallest teams at Nationals coming in the 5. And I'll tell you this much, this young lady over in the corner in the black, our CFO was twice your size, but you definitely have way more passion than the other guy.
Thank you.
And so I definitely think that there are some of you guys up there who can take one of the roles and really run with it. And guys, nerves are gonna happen, things are gonna happen. The gentleman in the glasses definitely put Mike on the hot seat. He definitely got caught up and he definitely didn't know what to say. I'll give you that much. But it's gonna happen. Tomorrow's gonna suck. That 28-page thing that you wrote yesterday is gonna turn into like 2.5 plus table of contents because of him. At the end of the day, that's just what's gonna happen. So go in there tomorrow, rebuild, start over, do a great job.
Good. Let's do this let's critique their personal performance. So we had business stuff, and then we'll do it individually instead of as a group. What do you think, based on how they look, the PowerPoint presentation? Let's be a little more personal with them individually now, perhaps.
I thought Allison, like, you know, me looking from the outside, I think she has a great speaking voice, like, as terms of presenting about the company. Great voice. I think you know, some of you that may lack in that area, I think you know, to be easier for yourself, maybe just step out a little bit more, come close to the backdrop, and, you know, and reference it, and just, you know, just so you don't have to have so much attention on yourself. When you come a little bit close to the blueprint, you can talk, and it's more visual, and it makes it easier for you to speak. Even if you don't remember something that was on the blueprint, you could just actually look at it and reference it a little bit easier to make it easier for you to communicate, and just as a reference point. You don't have to try to memorize everything. If it's here right in front of your face, point to it, use it, reference it, and I think it'd be a lot easier in terms of speaking to a crowd.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Julia, presentation-wise?
I was noticing a lot of unnecessary hand gestures, and I know I'm a proponent of it myself. I do it all the time. But that can be distracting. So if you're here and you're speaking confidently and you're presenting, then you're getting your information across. If you're here and your hands are by your face and constantly moving while you're talking, it's distracting. I did want to say, even though some of you got a little bit caught up on your script that you were talking about, I appreciated that none of you got really hung up on it. You weren't flustered afterwards. You paused, you recollected your thoughts, and you carried on. That was very good.
Brandon, I got a question. Did you feel Mike's answer to you was combative when he was talking about the printers?
Yeah, he got a little too defensive in my opinion.
You guys got to be careful. We saw someone at the New York City competition last year who got into an argument. Where's Mike? Mr. C. There you are. You remember that?
Yeah.
We had a student, and the student was right, but the judge is the one judging you. And they asked a question, and the student told the judge they were wrong, and it's a ballsy response, but you have to be careful, because if you try to correct someone and you don't have the data to back it up, they're going to kill your score, because your Q&A is 25%. They upped it. So 25% of your score is the Q&A. So the way Ms. Allard said, you're targeting people that are 20 to 50. You have to be able to be polite and saying, if we were a real company, blah, blah, and then you re-divert, actually we're targeting 16 to 20. When Brandon talks about the investment and your printers, I don't understand why we tell it to an investor. You can't say more aggressively, you can't just restate it. You have to have evidence and proof, which is why I'm glad you asked that question. All right, so be careful when you speak to those judges with the Q&A, because 25% could really kill you guys. Anything else? Last thing?
For presentation, since you're filming it today, and I think that's really great, I would watch it back. Like, objectively watch it. Step out of yourself, pretend you're not you, and critique yourself and watch it. Because when we present, we do a lot of things that you don't know we're doing. So if you see yourself doing it, you'll be more conscious of when you're doing the actual presentation.
Good. And I'm going to put them on the hot seat. Who is your favorite speaker? Marlon?
The end over here.
Julia?
Your name?
Yeah.
Allison.
Allison.
Allison was my favorite.
Allison.
Carl?
I said Allison already, but I would go with Mike also. I like the way he presented as well.
Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was between Allison and Jing.
Allison and?
And Jing.
Good. Did you guys think Jing was too quick when she spoke?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So careful with the pacing. Guys, listen. I know you guys don't know this. They just memorized their script probably within the last 24 hours. We were cutting it all the way up until probably this morning. So, like Wasim said, a lot better than we were last year. We'll see how the other two groups perform. Congratulations. I am going to do this. We do have to cut probably at least one person. So I'm not going to do it publicly with you guys, but keep in the back of your head who you think you might want to cut, and we'll discuss that because the class has to decide. We're allowed up to 10 people speaking. 7 may be a lot. Nationals is 5. Last year we went with 6 at Queens, 6 at New York, and then 5 at Nationals. Is 7 too many, or should we cut one? Just maybe something. What do you guys think? Should we cut one or go to 7? I don't need to know who you would cut yet.
7 in this group?
There's 7 here. We can bring 7, or you can cut to 6, or you can cut to 5. Do you think they should speak more? You talk about Yasmin speaking for 20 seconds.
So everyone that's up there has to present and speak, right?
There's only 5 that can that present. You're just bringing 7.
You can have as many as you want.
Up.
You can have up to 10. Minimum 5, up to 10. Should we have 7, 6, or 5?
For the smaller competitions, I would cut to 7, and then you can cut to 5 for nationals. Just kind of narrowing focus too, because when you have a lot of people up there and you're bouncing back and forth, it's very easy to get distracted. Like looking, oh, who's talking now? Because Allison was speaking one second, and then Fiona was speaking the next, and I'm like, oh, where are we? So it's a lot easier when everybody's a little bit closer together.
Good.
I would go with I would narrow it down to the best speakers, but what my question is, the only people that are going up there are the ones that are speaking?
Correct.
That's a tough one.
So they have 7 speaking here. They can keep 7 for December 20th. They can drop it to 6, or they can even drop it to 5. Julie, you've done pitches. Do you think they should drop it, or is more better, or is less better?
You know, it depends on what everyone's role is. You don't want anyone to feel like you've gotten a smaller role, because then I'm wondering why that person has a smaller role. You want to have kind of an equalish presence where everybody feels like they've added value. So again, I would watch the tape, and I would see, like, does everybody feel like that role is available for them? If not, is there a way to increase a role for someone else, if that's what you want to do? Or if not, do you edit? I mean, one thing that we do in a presentation is we try and edit it back so people really kind of get it quickly, and that might be something that you end up doing as well with your amount of people.
5, 6, or 7, Brandon?
I personally think less is more. I just feel like when you're bouncing back and forth like you mentioned, then you kind of lose focus of even the presentation that you're showing. But
give me a number.
It's a personal opinion. Like I'm looking this way and then I'm looking that way, and then I'm by the time I got over here, that changed. And I'm like, what did I just miss? I thought I saw a stat screen, and then
5?
Yeah, I'd do 5.
Carl?
For this group, I would do 6.
6?
But it doesn't. Each group is different, right?
Yeah.
This group, I'll do 6.
All right, Marlon?
I mean, from a standpoint as far as having, you know, injured reserve list in per se, I'd say 5 to keep it condensed, so it's more focused on just presentation. But you have people that are prepared to step in, God forbid something happens.
True. All right, guys, thank you. That's where. Let's go. Get up.